Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Elev8. Happy Friday. We got a very special episode coming up for you. I'm very excited. We're going to be interviewing Fiona Phoenix Fire. She's got some amazing art. Go check out her page if you aren't familiar with her work. But before we get into that interview, we're going to talk with Steve real quick.
Hey, what up, Chris, and all the Elev8 fam out there? Hey, I'm really excited tonight about the Fiona Phoenix Fire. She is amazing. Her art is out of control. The colors, how she uses them and puts them in her glass, it's super cool. I've been waiting for this interview all week long. Super excited about it. I want to say thanks a lot for y'all stopping by tonight. Anyways, I'm ready to get this going. Chris, let's have at it, man. Elevate mind, body, spirit.
Thanks, Steve. That was super awesome, and I'm super excited as well for this interview coming up we have with Fiona Phoenix Fire. Hey, Fiona, how are you doing today?
Aloha, I'm doing well. Grateful to be here.
Well, we're super grateful to have you joining us today. Let's dive right into it. How did you get started blowing glass?
I met a super cute hippie dude at a festival this one time. His name's Turtle. And I had a really strong attraction to him. And he introduced me to his work, which is glass. And I fell in love with both him and the medium pretty instantaneously. I've never
Nice.
seen anything but soft glass, just a few occasions of soft glass. And I had also been smoking herb for several years without understanding that there was actual people behind these glass pieces that I smoke out of. Like, there's just this whole disconnect that so much of what we touch comes from a machine or far away. And so it was like having the veil pulled off, and all of a sudden there was this huge community of artists and makers right in my own backyard that I had no idea about. It was pretty exciting.
Nice. What year did you get started creating your own glass work?
In 2011. So we met in 2010, and by the end of 2011, I had started getting into it for myself pretty seriously.
Nice. How was the transition to making glass a career? Was it pretty immediate where you decided to quit like a regular job and pursue glass, or was there like a transitional period?
There was a transitional period. I did quit my job and college and kind of ran away with the circus for a little while. But so I ran away with the circus and ended up working in odd jobs out on the hill, trimming herb, working in the gardens. You go from the dress barn. For me, I was selling dresses at the dress barn. It's a terrible fit. To just the gig economy and getting into table work and farm work, and that afforded me the opportunity to invest in some of my own gear. And I had been getting some hands-on practice just casually in Turtle's space, but was able to make a pretty full-time leap within that first year.
Nice. Do you keep any of the items that you first made at the beginning of your career?
I do have a couple little treasures, little blobs and bits and weird things
Nice.
that from the beginning.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So would you say that Turtle was your primary mentor when you were starting?
Yes. Yeah, he's been the primary mentor for my entire journey. I've had the privilege of working in the same studio as a lot of artists and having a lot of really sweet friendships and chosen sisterhoods and brotherhoods with other artists. And it's always been a spirit of a lot of kind of sharing and helping each other level up and sharing what we figure out. But so a lot of wonderful kind of more peer relationships, but Turtle is like a bona fide master. And he's
Yeah,
always so generous to tell me what I want to know, because I have a lot of questions, and he was always supportive of me finding my own voice and process.
nice. Do you make art in any other mediums before starting class?
Yes, I'm a performance artist by nature. Spoken word poetry, some singing, theater. My first pick of jobs was big famous actress. um, and I do some painting and writing. I do poetry. Um, Creative expression has always been really central to my identity, and this is just has been the most exciting and dynamic medium to work in that I've ever encountered.
Nice, nice. It's definitely one of the most fun and most unique mediums for art.
Yeah, because it's reflective of the community that makes it, and the community that makes the art is so varied and colorful and singular that that it gives birth to this incredible world of amazing variety.
Yeah, absolutely. Where did you get your inspiration for your personal style in glass?
Um, I began a journey of decolonization and re-indigenization when I was a teenager. So many years before I found glass. And the heart of that work is about remembering the ways that we belong to the land, the ways that we belong to each other, all of our other relatives, plants and animal relatives. And so the need and desire to put my attention and energy there and to share that conversation with people. The very first functional thing I ever made for myself on the torch was a ceremonial shaped pipe. Not very much unlike my kind of production line pieces today. And it was that upright bowl with a feather, and it's been that shape for me ever since. I have a hard time wandering off from it.
Yeah, it just resonated with you, so
Mhm.
it's something that you stuck with.
Yeah,
Very cool.
as a way that we engage with the plant medicine, it's the intermediate between us and the plant teacher. And so to make a pipe in a shape that asks people to think about the land they're on, the lands they're from, the people they're like, to make all of those things part of the conversation when we have our little smoking ceremony. So yeah, I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you had periods of your career where you shifted your focus of your style away from that certain aesthetic?
I have recently been exploring some other applications to look like geodes or agates, and just to look at some of the incredible treasures of nature herself, some of the gifts of the earth in stone. So yes, I have been finding some other pendant shapes and sculptural decorations that I'm excited to keep working with.
Nice. You
Mhm.
mentioned pendants. Some of my favorite things that you make are the arrowhead pendants.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my next question, which is, what are your favorite items to blow, pipes or pendants?
Oh man, that's tough. I love them both. Well, because my favorite pipes, I put sculptures on them like pendants, because I do. So I have like this feather. I would also just put a loop on it and make it a pendant, and or I put it on the pipe, and so they become the same thing. So I don't have to pick.
Good answer. Good answer. What is your favorite color to work with?
One of the first favorite colors I ever worked with was from Troutman Art Glass, and it's Orange Elvis. And I had brought my very first 2 ever pipes that I ever made to DFO in 2000, and probably it was 2011, maybe 2012. Anyway, back when it was, at the spot in Eugene, and I had the sweetest encounter. I was just asking for some help. I'm like, hey, here's what I like to make. What colors do you have? Can you help me out? And they recommended this orange Elvis, and it was so beautiful. And the way it shifts, and the way it can go so transparent, but also be so rich, and the way it can be milky or translucent. Yeah, it's just, it's reliable. It's not easy to burn. I really love working with it.
Nice, nice. What is your least favorite color to work with?
Hmm. Obviously any of the cadmiums are very tricky, but I really love them. They're actually my favorites to use for the dot work. So it's, even though they're the trickiest, and I would say like one of the yellows, maybe or even like
Yeah.
OJ times it's easy to get hazy and to fit. I've still made them a huge part of my work because of the effect that they give, and they're so good for the dot work applications that I like. So even though they're very tricky, and I love them and use them, but they are so sensitive.
Yeah, definitely. What drew you to doing those dot work patterns on your pipes?
So I've always loved the way that peyote stitch beadwork looks and feels, and because nobody in my family ever learned to do it, the traditional practices of my family have mostly been cut out well before I arrived on the scene. So it's kind of like this journey of reconnection for me. And normally you would learn those things from a family member or community member that would teach you, and the stories of the different patterns. But since I don't have elders in my family that could share that with me, I found a way to do it in the glass, just by
Very
using
cool.
teensy little dots. And I have to write my own. There's no patterns for, there's patterns for flat or other things in actual beadwork, but there's no patterns for glass. And the size and shape of the surface that I'm applying with dot work to changes with every design. So there's the pattern writing of the image or the color story you're building, and then there's the actual doing of it.
Yeah,
That's my favorite
yeah. Nice, nice. I've always loved pipes that have like not necessarily like a sharp texture, but that like bumpy feel to it.
thing. Yeah, it's tactile.
Yeah. Is there anything that you've tried once and never tried again, like as far as glass?
No, because I really want to make more things. Like I want to make all the cups. Let's see. I still make marbles. I don't do them very often. Mostly marbles are memorial marbles with ash encasement. That's the main application I do marbles with. Because I keep on trying everything.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and I have the benefit of having the guy next to me has like 20 years on the torch, and such a wealth of knowledge, and is so kind to share freely with me. So if I'm struggling with something, and if I can humble myself to ask for some help, it's right there. So
That's awesome. Is it just the two of you in your studio?
we do have 2 other friends. John Heading of Joint Creations. He does some gorgeous inside out and fume work. Has been a shopmate with us through 3 different locations. And We are also hosting Mia Shea. She lost her glass blowing studio in the Alameda fire, so she's with us temporarily. And we actually, so she's at the station that belongs to our housemates. We live in a two-family household, and our housemates also blow little glass, Kelly and Anthony White, and so it's their station, but they're hobbyists, and the rest, so there's 4 of us full-timers right now in our
Gotcha.
2-car garage space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you do collaborations often?
Not as often as I would like. I definitely love collaborating, and I have so many wonderful memories of collaborations with shopmates and friends from near and far. And it is one of the best things I think about the community and the job, is the way that we can jump in on some work together. You can and go on this whole ride, and at the end of it you made this treasure, and that's
Yeah.
out in the world as a monument to your adventure together. And yeah,
Yeah,
love it,
I-
and I can't wait to do more.
that's awesome. Do you have a favorite collaboration that you've ever done?
Yes, I do. So one of my dear friends that was also at the Decroak Alchemy Studio with Turtle and I, Sarita Glass on Instagram.
Yeah, she has amazing work.
She's just one of my favorite people, is the thing. So the glass we made together is all some of my favorite things. And there was this one time in particular when we were at the it was the 2015 Champs Summer Games Masters qualifier, and she and Tammy Baller and I were teamed up for one of the group events, and we had the best time planning it. We had the best time pulling it off, and then we had the best time winning first place that we made.
That's
And it's this
awesome.
big old tomahawk with a giant steel wool blade, and Sarita sculpted this epic human skull, and we put all these red tail hawk feathers on it like a headdress, and all the beadwork, and just like, and Tammy made this crazy antler. I mean, it was huge. In the time that we had, it's incredible to do it in the time constraints, not in our own studio, just like
Yeah.
it was a wild, but those pieces and that adventure with these ladies, oh man, that will always be like such a gem to look back and polish up once in a while.
Awesome. What's the most amount of time you've spent on a single piece?
No, I think I probably about a week. Probably not more than a week at this point. And I've done a couple of pieces that take about that long. And I like it, but I think I'm still on my journey of like finding the bigger things that I'm really excited to keep making.
Yeah.
There's so much medicine for me in that handheld dry, like that handheld dry piece. And yeah, so yeah, I plan to continue finding those bigger meditations, but right now, like there's a pace that I have with the smaller pieces.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So you mentioned that you had done that competition with Sarita and Tammy Baller. Have you ever done any other competitions before?
Yeah, there's another competition that happens locally here. A wonderful family that has a couple head shops in Southern Oregon, Smoke and Deals. They put on an annual 420 flame off. So I've placed first and third there on 2 separate occasions, and I qualified for the Masters in 2016. So I was the first pregnant person to compete in the the Champs Masters. That was a little feather in my cap. Didn't place in the Masters because it was Masters, and it was an amazing year though. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. So yeah, there's been a small handful. Oh, and I did the Tournament of Fire, the online competition, and
Oh yeah.
that's amazing. I really enjoyed that. Spin. And then a handful of other like live collaborations or live demos.
Nice. Nice. What's your favorite thing about the competition?
I like the way they push me to try things and be more adventurous. It's an excuse to go a little bigger, go a little more intricate, like be a little more dramatic, make a splash. Yeah, I like that. So the way it pushes me, and I also really like just the experience of glass blowing with the community around you. And since competitions are the primary way that you get to do that, then that's where to go to be able to light up your torch with a whole bunch of glass nerds around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I met you at a trade show about a year ago. How long have you been going to trade shows, and what was your favorite thing about trade shows?
It's the way that we get to be face to face with a community that's really spread out across the country. Being with other artists, being with the shop owners, which the shop owners are pretty much just glass nerds that don't blow glass. That there are partners in crime in appreciating the work and the medicine that the work brings to our lives. And so the being there with the people who all share this passion, and then being able to see the work that the other people have been doing in person, and the amazing dinners we get to go to afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You're in Oregon, correct?
Yeah, we're in Ashland, Oregon.
Nice. What is the glass scene like up there? Could you tell me a little bit about it?
It's thriving. There's definitely a pretty good sized community here. Obviously it's a lot of, there's a lot of books in the woods, just folks tucked in their shop in the hillside, just doing their own thing. And then there, until recently, the dojo was a kind of community shop where several full-time artists worked together there. Before that, we were with Tiger Oak Alchemy, and we held rental space, so that got us connected to more independent artists in the Valley. Chris Hurley has his studio, and I know he has like a couple of people that work with him there. It's pretty family. A lot of us hang out. we all like each other. Some of us are closer than others, but I'm lucky to have another amazing female glass artist in our neighborhood that we get to raise our kids and talk glass. And
That's very cool. What's it like having two glass blowers, like being a couple of glass blowers, I should say?
I think we're probably there. I think it takes a special couple to be able to handle it, because we live and work together. We're side by side a lot, and even there, it seems like there's not enough like time to just be together because there's so much doing. But it's good. We found some good regular childcare so that we can both get our hours in, because it's when you have to take turns on the torch and to work, you really never see each other. So
Yeah.
we're great at being able to work at the same time most days. allows us to have the space to actually enjoy each other. But
That's good.
I really like it. I think it takes us off on adventures together. It's our common passion, and he comes to me for inspiration often. I come to him for information often. We have a really good symbiotic
Yeah,
connection.
very cool. Is glassblowing something that you'd pass on to your children?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm hoping that he's into it, but if he's not, I'm hoping that he sees what's possible in your own backyard in terms of owning your own work and being independent, because it creates this really beautiful community-driven, passion-driven lifestyle that not many people have the opportunity to engage in.
Not a lot of people even know it exists, honestly.
I didn't know. I've been smoking out of pipes for years, and I was like, wait, a person did what?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
did a project at preschool the other day. So Eden is our son. He's 4.
Mhm.
And they did a project where they had some construction paper cutouts, and they told the teacher what they want to be when they grow up. And he said he wants to be a grown up. And died. It was so sweet.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's it like being a woman in the glass industry? Because that's primarily a male profession, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I know I experienced some unique struggles, especially starting out. Had some really, some harsh head shop like sales calls, man. Oh. So there's those feelings of actually not being safe. That's real. I had the privilege and benefit of learning from a safe man, and I was always with somebody who was safe for me to be with wherever I went, even into places that weren't, friendly to the feminine. um, but on the occasions when I'd be out on my own with my own, with my own case, doing my thing, I had a lot of those moments where it didn't feel safe. And then on a not as physical level, yeah, there's definitely just been some, the lowballing. There's a little of that, but there's this other side to the coin where because it's so hard, the other ladies that I've connected with in the industry, like the way it bonds us, and that like, oh man, I see the struggle, and I see you out here doing it anyway and fucking thriving, and there are so many wonderful folks that are so supportive and are willing to own that, yes, things are imbalanced, and yes, people have, maybe some unhealthy attitudes, but like here we are and we want to support each other, and like, so it's no different than the rest of the world. Like, yeah, there are some things that are harder for women right now, but there is also this incredible willingness to show up and be ride or dies, and the folks inside the industry that get it and want to pull more balance into the force. That has been also like overwhelming and wonderful. So yeah, it's all of it.
Awesome. Do you smoke weed yourself?
Yes, I do. I'm so grateful.
Do you prefer weed or extracts or dabs?
I'm a flower girl. I'm really a flower girl.
Nice.
I like edibles and topicals for like if I'm sick or not feeling well, like hurting and like actual pain. But for the smoking ceremony, it's definitely like I'm definitely a flower girl.
Nice. I agree with you. I'm the same way. I'm flower for me.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? I have had some really beautiful rosin dabs, the pressure press.
Yeah,
Um, when it's an extract situation, that's my favorite. But I think it's because it's just not fucked with. It's just like it's just squished.
yeah,
That's express-
exactly, exactly. What's your preferred method of consumption? Do you use your own pieces?
Yeah, mine and turtles, but I mean mostly I like the function. So the ceremonial pieces I make, they have a carb at the end. I like letting go with my index finger rather than my thumb. It just feels, I don't know, I like that.
Yeah, it's more stable to hold on to something with your thumb and your other three fingers and leave your index finger than to hold on with than to leave your thumb off the pipe. Makes sense.
So I do smoke out of my dry pipes, and Turtles made some really sweet water pieces with a little waffle perk action. I just love that.
Right.
Uh, because that's in an abundance around here. Our own pieces that have a little crack or a flaw that we justified keeping.
That's what I was about to ask was, do you keep the second quality pieces?
Yeah, I have a hard time asking for people to give me money for something if I can see that there's a little something on it. But it's like, no, if I can't
Yeah.
fix it, another thing. Turtle knows how to fix anything. And so if it's beyond, he's taught me a lot of cool moves for how to heal glass, but if it's beyond my skill, which definitely that happens a lot, um, Turtle can take an exploded tube and put it back together and you'd never know because there's no seams or anything. It's just like ridiculous what he
Wow.
can fix.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so there doesn't end up being too many of those pieces just because glass can be fixed often. But this little
Um,
one got a crack in the bowl, and I tried 3 different times to get it to come out, and it just kept on showing back up a couple days later. So I was like, you know what? Fine, you live here now.
I guess it's for me.
Okay, I accept.
What can we look forward to in the future for Fiona Phoenix Fire art?
I'm working on some different water pieces. I've had some visions for the geode style that I think will lend itself more to like some little mini rigs. Um, I I got into making glass straws. It sounds counterintuitive because so much of the career arc of the glass blower is like go big and go complex and just get bigger and more complex and the forever. But
Yeah, and keep putting more time into longer pieces and all
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. That I have had so much fun putting just like a tiny little turtle sculpture or a tiny little snake wrapped around a drinking straw. And I enjoy it so much that I started a project with my dear girlfriend, Kelly, who's my housemate. She's an incredible painter. And our mutual friend Katie is a seamstress. And so we teamed up to create Earth Crystal Creations, and I make drinking straws and a couple other like non-functional, like non-smoking pieces.
Hmm.
Katie makes straw sleeves. So you have a little carrying case. They're hemp, which is nice because it's antimicrobial. For like this wet straw you're gonna put in your mouth. And then Kelly is a painter, and so we all teamed up to make and show work together as Earth Crystal Creations. And so that's really fun.
That's
And
very cool.
we do some local markets here in Ashland. So, and we're outdoors. So we've been able to, have our masks on and be out in the fresh air and be with our community, like from a safe distance and still be able to share our work. And I'm really grateful that we get to do that together.
That's very cool. Very
Mhm.
cool. Do you still find that you have the same love and passion as when you started?
Yeah, it's actually only grown my excitement and my interest. Um, for the medium itself, the pieces themselves, and also like the incredible community that we get to be part of as pipe makers specifically.
Right. Um, Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
So I have had people ask if they are white, if it's appropriate for them to buy my work, and because it is a ceremonial pipe made in the fashion of what we see as peace pipes or chanupas. And of course, the answer is yes. It is for everyone. It is not a peace pipe. It is not officially a peace pipe because it is not crafted in a traditional, protocols. It's
Yeah.
its own thing. And it is appropriate for everyone to use. I made it that way on purpose for
Yeah.
everybody to be able to experience their plant medicine with that sense of respect and connection and magic that comes
Yeah.
in any
And that reflection that you were talking about and thought that your pieces are inspiring. You want that to reach everybody.
Yeah, it's for everyone because we are all children of planet Earth and we all belong to each other. And there's a lot of work that we need to do to create a more just and peaceful world for ourselves and for each other. So I want us to get to it, and sitting around a peace pipe in a ceremony, a ceremonial pipe, I feel like is an excellent strategy to help support our work that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Fiona. We really appreciate you doing this interview with us. If you guys are interested in checking out more of her work, check out her Instagram at Fiona Phoenix Fire. Do you have a website or anything else that you'd like people to go check out?
I have Glass Pipes by Fiona on Etsy. And also check out Earth Crystal Creations on Instagram.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you again so much. This was super fun. You have a great one, Fiona. Thanks everybody for watching.
Aloha.
And that was a lot of fun. Thank you again to Fiona for doing that awesome interview with us. And for you viewers, if you didn't see already, we got a giveaway that's up on this page, Elevate_glass_gallery. Go check out that giveaway and get your entries in. We're going to be drawing a winner on Monday at 4:20. Thanks again to Fiona. That was so much fun. She's amazing. Her work is amazing. Again, go check out her page, Fiona Phoenix Fire on Instagram if you aren't familiar with her work. And now we're going to cut and talk to Elev8 dolls.
Guys, it's Brandy here today. Just wanted to show you these awesome packaging we got today. They're so beautiful. We also got these awesome hoodies in. They're so what? And they always come with a surprise. These awesome hoodies. It's got it's also on the back. You can get grinders and picks and everything at Elev8dolls.com. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.
Thanks, dolls. Remember, check out Elev8dolls.com to find out more information if you are interested in learning a little bit more about Elev8 dolls or how to become one yourself. And now we're going to talk with Elev8 veterans.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks again, Chris, for having us. I'm John with Elev8 Veterans, and I'm just here to remind you guys, we got all this cool stuff and all these cool opportunities. If you're a veteran in the community and you guys are looking for somewhere to hang out, Elev8 is your place. As you can see, we got a kind of thing for everybody here. No matter what community, what stroke of life you're in, you're always welcome here. So if you guys have some free time and you want to come learn about what Elev8 Veterans is doing and how we can help you, come on down, dude. We got plenty of time, and if you'd like to volunteer, offer up some of your time as well, we'd love that too. So hopefully see you guys soon. Take it easy.
Thanks, Elev8 Veterans. And remember, if you want to learn more about Elev8 Veterans, you can go check out their website, elevatedveterans.com. And now we got Teresa doing a very special new product demo with us.
Oh, hey guys, it's Teresa here with Elev8 Distribution. And I was just looking through the Target toy catalog and I've realized that there's nothing in there for me. Nothing in there for me. Nothing in there for me. There might not be anything in there for you either. You can still look though, it's fun. But what I do have is the exciting Super Soaker. Take your glass to the next level with this device. At only $25 retail, it saves you money by keeping your cleaner longer. How does this work? Well, we've designed the Super Soaker as looking like a water bottle type device with a nipple on the top. This nipple is designed to clog any 14, 19, or 10 millimeter thing when you're cleaning your rig. Joint is the word. But I use it in here. The reason I'm going to use it in here, I'm going to take my handy dandy pipe and pour it in there. We prefer alcohol with salt here, but there's other cleaners available. I'm going to pour this in there. Now this is called the Super Soaker because it's designed to soak your item and to the point where all you have to do is rinse it and it will be clean. However, you can do just a little bit of agitation if it's just a little bit. Like there was just one bowl smoked out of this, so it's just a little bit of agitation and it should be good to go. But now what am I going to do? I really don't want to put my fingers in there and get them wet. I really don't want to throw away the alcohol down the sink because it still has cleaning powers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bottle of alcohol. Again, it's empty. Remove the nipple, and remember there's edges inside so that the piece does not clog as it undrains. So you can see it's draining. This is exciting. Again, these are only $25 wholesale, and they come in these 3 different color schemes. We have purple and pink, green and yellow, and blue and white. They come with instruction cards inside so you can be safe and know what to do. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead, remove this here, and ta-da! I have it. It's done. It's clean. Now all I have to do is rinse it off in the water because I don't want to smoke alcohol, and it's good to go. Again, only $25, and you get to extend the life of your cleaning stuff. It's a win-win. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you guys so much again for watching. Join us next week for another awesome episode of Elev8. If you want to see past episodes, check it out on IGTV or on our YouTube page to see all of our old episodes. Don't forget to enter into our giveaway that we have up on our Instagram page right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.